welcome to another match prediction, and this is totally different, Ethan, than any match prediction we've ever done, because we're in a new location.
Oh yeah, this is, if you saw from some earlier videos, we talked about our Emporium, especially when we did our Junkers videos, how we put our collectibles that we would get from Jamie's in our Emporium, as we would call it. And this is it right here. Now, on a future video, we're going to do a full tour. We're working on some remodeling renovations.
That's right.
Currently, it used to occupy only half of this basement room of our house. Now it occupies the entire room.
Yeah.
Expanded and stretched it out.
Yeah, and really the last 6 months to a year, Emporium's really, it's needed a lot of TLC, and we've finally getting to that. So we're going to do a first match prediction down here in the Emporium, and we'll get to, like we said, we'll get to this. We got a lot of wrestling memorabilia and figures and such. We'll get to that another time. But tonight,
an entire wall of wrestling figures.
Tonight,
as you can see,
is AEW Forbidden Door.
Well, AEW and New Japan.
Yeah, you got that right. AEW teaming up with New Japan or fighting, on either side for Forbidden Door taking place at United Center in Chicago. Wanted to do this the last day or so. We've been extremely busy, so better late than never. So hopefully this gets posted before the actual event. But if not, you can watch it and see what we thought would happen. And we will say this. This is going to be the hardest prediction we've ever done because we don't know that much about New Japan Pro Wrestling.
We know a few names.
We know some names. And then, over the last few weeks, AEW has introduced us some new... Now, there's some people like Will Ospreay and Okada. There's some names I've known, but I've not really watched them in the ring. And so it's going to be interesting
and of course we
to make the predictions. Yeah, we're not going to be watching the event. We will watch the buy-in.
We saw a couple wrestlers compete on Dynamite the past couple weeks.
That's right. And here's another thing we're going to do. And we're going to just begin and preface with this by saying we are going to butcher these names. Some of these names, they're hard to pronounce, at least for us. Yeah. And so you're probably going to watch it. Maybe these are people who maybe are watching and you know all these guys.
Do not trash us in the comment section. We're trying our best. You
guys are really butchering his names. But we're going to do our best, and that's all we can do. Now, this is the first prediction show we've done since Double or Nothing that we were at.
That's true. We didn't tell you guys about that until the video was posted.
We did our Double or Nothing. We actually did our prediction show outside of a hotel in Oklahoma on our way to Double or Nothing. We did a prediction show and posted that.
Oklahoma or St. Louis?
They were in Oklahoma, I believe. Okay. We could have been. I don't remember. I think we were in Oklahoma.
Yeah, probably.
Because we didn't go swimming there. We went swimming in St. Louis. The pool was crowded. So we did our prediction show in Oklahoma on our way to Double or Nothing. And you say, wow, you guys drove all the way from Ohio to Las Vegas. We did. We didn't really just say, hey, let's just go.
There's actually one more video still coming out.
Yeah.
Sorry to cut you off.
No, that's okay. That's fine. Yeah, there's still another video. We've been posting videos. We did kind of each day, and then we've done smaller videos, and we still got another video to come out, hopefully tomorrow. He's got to finish editing it.
You go ahead.
But we didn't just say, let's just go to Double or Nothing and let's get in the car and go. We already had planned a vacation out west to Vegas and California, and it just happened to fall that Double or Nothing was going to be at that time. And we said, hey, maybe it'd be cool to go. And we did. And it was an awesome experience to go to a pay-per-view to Double or Nothing in Vegas. We had a good time. But on Forbidden Door, which is tonight, and we're going to run out of time. There is 3 matches on the buy-in. I'm going to mention these, but I'd say what I'm not going to do
is predict them.
I'm not going to predict all these because there's just tons. I'll get to them, and let's start here and go back to the beginning. All right, so we've got Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland, which I thought were broken up as a tag team.
I guess they're not, but it's coming.
They're taking on El Desperado and how do you say it? Kanamari? Sorry.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yoshinobu Kim.
You've said it perfect. And so that's one of the matches taking place. We're not going to make the predictions because there's just so many on the buy-in. We only got 1 here in Double or Nothing. We got 3 tonight. QT Marshall and Aaron Solo taking on Gato and Yoshihashi. I'm sorry. That's the second one. And then...
Why
where's the other one?
QT Marshall?
I don't know. Oh, the Gun Club. And Max Caster taking on a whole group of individuals. So, none of those really those maybe just kind of matches to get people on the card. It's just weird that they got Gun Club and Max Caster.
Why pick them to be on the card and not somebody's phone?
Yeah.
Why pick them to be on the card and not? I was thinking of somebody else who could have been on the card that wasn't. Why pick them to be on the card and not like Jurassic Express
Yeah.
or like?
Well, I don't know. There's a lot of big stars that aren't on the card.
I was thinking of why pick like Hook. Why isn't Hook on the card?
Yeah, he never seems to be on these big matches. Chris, but let's go to the main card. Jericho teaming up with Sammy Guevara, who's just rejoined up with Jericho.
That's good.
Yep.
The Blackpool, not the Blackpool Comeback Club, the Jericho Appreciation Society needs somebody that's a bigger star.
Sorry about that. But so we're back to the main Jericho, Guevara teaming up with. Let's see here.
I know his name.
Suzuki.
Minoru Suzuki.
Yeah,
He's wrestled
a few times. Yeah.
He was just here last week, and he threw like a bucket of popcorn on somebody.
Yeah, I did see that on Dynamite, right? And they're taking Eddie Kingston, Wheeler Yuta, and also
Shota Umino.
Yeah, and I think the winner of this gets the advantage
for Blood and Guts.
Blood and Guts, which is going to be Wednesday night. Ethan, you go ahead and make your prediction on this.
I'm going to say Team Jericho.
Okay.
And the reason why is because during this feud, which kind of started with Eddie Kingston and Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
And then Santana Ortiz left. The inner circle divided. Then they started the Jericho Appreciation Society, which was so stupid at the beginning and still kind of stupid. But what it is it's just making fun of Vince McMahon, of course. Yeah, of course, who, as you all probably know, is no longer CEO of WWE, but we'll get to that on a different video.
Yeah.
But it was just to make a joke at Vince McMahon. We can tell that, and they're not too bad of a group, and because originally they had like Dana Garcia, and then they have like 2.0 who are not 2.0 anymore.
Sure. And
then they all got dumb names now like Daddy Magic, Matt Menard. And then they had J.K. Greer, who's not that big, and it was just like a lot of people who weren't that big, and then, but they're starting to grow. They're starting to get better, especially since Sammy Guevara's joined.
Right.
And then they had the Anarchy in the Arena match, which we saw live, which I was very surprised that Jericho Appreciation Society won.
I was too.
Because it was pro wrestling versus sports entertainment, which
but you're going Jericho win tonight.
But I'm going to say they're going to win tonight because this is going to be their last victory. This will be the last victory for the Jericho Appreciation Society before what we thought would happen at Anarchy in the Arena, and it has to happen tonight at Blood and Guts.
Yeah.
Team Pro Wrestling, the Blackpool Combat Club, winning at Blood and Guts, which that's just what I think. We'll probably do a prediction for that later this week.
I did not like the Jericho Appreciation Society for the name is stupid, but then after I see what they're doing, I agree with you. It's really growing on me, and I've really enjoyed it. They're going to win. This is War Games. This is AEW's War Games because it's pretty much the same match. And as far as I know, the heels always have the advantage. It's just what it always seems like. Even if it's like a coin toss before the event,
the heels have the advantage, and then the faces win. Yeah,
faces are going to win. We'll get to that on Wednesday. But I think Jericho's team wins tonight. I think they're going to get the advantage. Moving on to the next match, which is one of the matches is interesting because there's a mystery opponent. You got Zack Sabre Jr. from New Japan Pro Wrestling taking on what was supposed to be Bryan Danielson. He's injured, and now there's going to be a mystery opponent, and Bryan Danielson said he's one of the best wrestlers in the world, and of course this person's also going to go to Blood and Guts on Wednesday. So
it's got to be somebody big.
Be a big name. I'll start out in this, and it's going to be interesting exactly what happens. I've heard Gargano, that's the first name I heard. Then I heard Cesaro, and I think he goes by like Claudio or something, like his real name now, which is not as cool as Cesaro. But, whatever. And so I think it's going to be Cesaro. Everything I've read says it'll be him. If it is him, he wins this match. I think he's going to win this match. If it's Gargano, which I haven't heard much lately, I think it'd be cool too. I'd like to see Gargano go back.
Whoever's going to be the mystery opponent has to win.
He has to win. I'm going to go...
Or else they're going to look bad in Blood and Guts.
Yeah, I'm going to go Cesaro winning this match.
But whoever it is, if it's Cesaro or Gargano, needs to have this win, and then... Because if Cesaro wins this match against this guy who they said is a really good technical wrestler.
That's what they say.
And then he goes to Blood and Guts on a winning team. Yeah. This might be some of the biggest moments of Cesaro's entire career because WWE, he had some big moments. He was in the Bar. They were a good tag team.
Yeah, the Bar.
And then he won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, which
meant nothing.
Yeah.
So you're going with him?
Yeah, I'm going to say whoever it is, Cesaro or Gargano, I'll say the mystery opponent wins.
All right. We're going to move on to another match. Young Bucks are going to be teaming up with El Phantasmo to take on Darby Allin, Sting, and Tagaji. I'm sorry, I'm going to mess it up. Shingo Tagaji. Anyway, they're calling themselves, I guess, the Dudes with Attitudes. I don't know if there's a history of that name. Take on the Bullet Club. I know there's been some injuries. There was somebody supposed to be in this match, and there's been some changes. What do you think happens here? Let's just say, do the Dudes with Attitudes win, or do the Bullet Club? Tough one.
This is a tough one. But I'm going to say, usually if Sting's going to be in a match, usually he doesn't lose.
Yeah.
They've never lost.
Yeah.
Sting and Darby Allin as a team.
I'll go quickly. I think Young Bucks will win. It's very hard to predict. Like you said, it's hard for Darby and Sting to lose, but I go with some kind of heel, something happening, something happening, something happening, and I go Bullet Club winning this match.
I'll agree. I was kind of leaning towards that, but I wasn't sure yet. But I'll go with that.
Next match, to me, doesn't make sense because every match pretty much on the card is New Japan versus AEW. This one is not. It's the AEW Women's World Championship match, Thunder Rosa versus Toni Storm. I'm not a big fan of Thunder Rosa's reign. She's a fine wrestler. Britt Baker is the best, but I don't think Toni Storm wins tonight. I think Rosa continues. They have long reigns here, even though this match doesn't really make sense. Maybe they're just wanting to get this match out there to move on to something else. So I go Thunder Rosa in the title.
Why is Toni Storm in this match? She just debuted not that long ago.
Mm-hmm.
Around the time the Owen Hart Cup started.
Yeah. So what do you think?
I'm gonna say champ retains. There's
Okay.
no way. There's no way she's gonna win.
Moving
No,
on.
I thought there was no way she was gonna beat Britt Baker, but that happened too.
Well,
but this won't.
Moving on to the next match. It's an interesting match. The IWGP United States Championship match. Will Ospreay, the champion, taking on the returning Orange Cassidy. He's been back for a couple weeks. You go on this one first.
I'm gonna say Ospreay wins.
Okay.
I'm just gonna because it would be good for Orange Cassidy to get a win after returning after being injured for so long. But I feel like, I don't think they're gonna put the belt on him.
Okay.
At least not since he's an AEW wrestler, and this belt. Where's it from? IWGP.
It's New Japan.
No, from New Japan.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think they're gonna give it to I don't think they can give it to him because that guy, he's more of is he like a bigger star?
Yeah, he's probably a bigger star than Orange Cassidy is in AEW.
I'm gonna say Ospreay wins.
I agree absolutely. I don't know how long this New Japan versus AEW is going to go. So if it's kind of over after tonight, I don't see them dropping. And I don't know much about New Japan. I assume that the title is one that's defended there. It might not be. All I know is I'm going to go with Ospreay as well. I think that ends this, and New Japan is not going to get into this feud with them in this event and lose every single match. So they've got to win some matches, and I think this is one they win here. And it won't kill Orange Cassidy to lose a match. Moving on to another match that's interesting, a brand new title, the All-Atlantic Championship. It's interesting that they've added another title. I like it. I'm not 100% sold on the name. I don't know if it seems to me like it's just anybody from any country other than the United States. I don't know if that's the case. We got Malachi Black versus Pac versus Miro versus Clark Connors from New Japan, who is a replacement. There's somebody else supposed to be in this match that was injured or wasn't able to travel over, something to that effect. It does not matter. That individual is not going to win the match. And I'm going to go Black winning this. It could be Miro. It's not going to be Pac. I'm not a big Pac fan. It could be Miro because he's back, but he's already been a TNT champion, so I'm going to go Malachi Black. I hope he wins this match, and I think he will.
I'm going to agree with you. Whoever that guy is a replacement.
Yeah.
So maybe the other guy would have had a better chance of winning, but this guy's a replacement. He's not going to win.
No.
Pac's not going to. I don't think Pac's going to win.
No.
He's not big enough of a star. Miro's already been TNT champion. Like you said, he does not need to win this.
He could win it.
He could. And if he loses, he'll probably be gone for another 6 months because every time he loses, he leaves.
Yeah. I still think, though, Black wins.
Black. For sure.
Yeah.
That's who I would choose if I was Tony Khan.
We get a tag team match. It's the ROH World Tag Team Championship and the IWGP Tag Team Championship match. Winner-take-all scenario, FTR, they're the Ring of Honor champions, United Empire, and then...
Jeff Cobb and the Great O'Connor.
Yeah, and Jeff Cobb was in AEW a couple years ago, just for a little bit, taking on Roppongi Vice, which is, to me, the dumbest name ever. Maybe, I don't get it.
Yeah,
which is Trent and the other guy, I can't remember his name.
Rocky Romero.
Yeah, Rocky Romero. You want me to go first?
You go first.
Okay. I go FTR winning. Now, it's a winner-take-all match, so somebody is going to win the match. They've been pushing FTR a lot lately, and, you know, they have new AEW Tag Team Champions, the Young Bucks, so I don't think they'll be winning those titles anytime soon, but they're going to give them... I mean, I guess the other team, United Empire, they could take the Ring of Honor titles away from FTR and kind of end that. I don't know. I'm still going to go FTR winning.
I'm going to agree with you. Because
Roppongi Vice ain't winning.
Roppongi Vice is not going to win this. They're not going to win both these belts. FTR's already got 2 belts. They've got the AAA and ROH belts. The other team, there'd be no use for the other guys to have the ROH titles, especially if they're not going to be crossing over with WWE or ROH.
WWE?
AEW or ROH.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say FTR wins.
All right, 2 more matches. We've got the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship match. Probably the match
sounds like a good match.
that I would be, if we were going to be watching this live, this is the match I'd be looking most forward to. Jay White taking on Okada versus Hangman Adam Page versus Adam Cole. This is interesting, and I don't know here what's going to happen. What do you think?
This is interesting.
I'm going to go. Want me to go?
Sure.
I'll just go Okada. They seem to be, I don't know much about New Japan, but they seem like he's the big star there. Of course, it's either him or Jay White retaining. Like I said, I don't know how long this is going to continue over. So, you know, as far as the crossover between the brands. So I'm going to go one of those guys, but I'll go Okada. Why not? What do you think?
I'll say Jay White. I'll say the champion retains. I don't think he's really had this belt for that long.
Okay.
But I know he's not as big of a star as Adam Page or Adam Cole.
Yeah.
And he's not as big of a star as the other guys.
I don't think so. I mean, I don't know. There's so much crossover, I don't know.
So I guess it'd be kind of big for him to win this match. But I'm going to say he retains. I don't know. It's
Okay.
just I don't know too much about New Japan. So
I think that's a pretty good pick, and that could be what happens. And then on to the main event. You got Jon Moxley taking on Tanahashi, which this is a match I think they were really talking about last year, doing some kind of big match. I don't think it ever really happened. But the interesting thing about this is the winner becomes the interim AEW champion. CM Punk, the I guess official champion, and he's injured. I don't like this storyline. I'm not a big Punk fan. I am. I like Punk in some ways, and some days I like him more than others. But all in all, he's kind of like, I'm not a big Bret Hart fan, and he just reminds me so much of Bret Hart. He's a whiner. But anyway, I know he didn't choose to probably keep this belt. This is Tony Khan decided to do. I don't like the interim thing. I don't think it's stupid. Have him drop the title, make a new champion, and then he could be the #1 contender when he comes back. I get that.
That's what it should have been. It should have been crown a new champion like Darby Allin or MJF, whatever happened to him now.
Yeah.
Because I know there might be a storyline or maybe not going on, but if it is a storyline, he needs to show up because it hasn't been there for like 4 weeks.
It's
like
a storyline.
Yeah.
But the interim, it's not the worst thing ever. I mean, it's not like Madcap Moss and Baron Corbin.
Yeah.
It's not the worst thing ever. It's just not my favorite.
No, they need to just drop it, give it to like Darby Allin, who needs to be champion. Have him hold it till like the end of the year.
Yeah.
And then give it back to CM Punk so that he can.
I don't think Darby's close. The way they've been, he lost to Kyle O'Reilly on pay-per-view.
Why?
But anyway, Moxley is guaranteed to win this match. I think.
Oh, I agree with you.
Because it's going to be an AEW guy, and it's got to be Moxley.
Like,
it's probably the best choice.
Because like if CM Punk comes back at All Out, is he going to fight this Japanese wrestler who is pretty big? Yeah. I heard Jim Ross or somebody said he's like the Bret Hart of New Japan.
No
he's
wonder
just
I
like
didn't pick him up.
He's just like a really good technical wrestler.
Yeah.
And he said like he just does really good. Even though I watched him in the match and he didn't seem to be real fast. Like he didn't run very fast.
No.
But
I wasn't too impressed. But here's the deal. I don't see him winning this match. And then
really watch the whole thing.
Is he going to stay around? If he would stay around till Punk comes back, who knows when Punk will be back?
And what
he's not going to take it to Japan and then, I mean, that's WWE, like not show up like Reigns and Lesnar have done for years and years and not be on the show. So Moxley's got to win.
Yeah, and what kind of, like I was saying, what kind of main event would this be for All Out? that guy versus CM Punk.
It wouldn't be.
It needs to be Moxley. I'm going to say Moxley too.
So that's really all the matches for tonight. Like you said, I'm sorry we butchered some of these names. We just don't know them. We haven't heard them, and it's hard to pronounce. And so I'm sure most people watching would say, I do the same thing. This is fun. We didn't do Heck in a Cell a couple weeks ago. We were on vacation. But we did do Double or Nothing, and let's try to at least do Money in the Bank next weekend. Maybe Blood and Guts on Wednesday.
All right.
But here it is. Hope you enjoy the match. If you're not watching this afterwards, how do we do? How do we do? We might have got them all wrong, but we'll see.
All right.
All right.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah, thanks.
And I heard it is in the United Center.
Yeah, it's in the United
Center.
Center.
Where CM Punk debuted, and they're sold out. Is what I've heard.
You know, the first event ever there was SummerSlam '94. Undertaker. I remember that, but that has nothing to do with this. But all right, enjoy the show.
Don't cross the streams, the live streams. Goodbye.